What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video I want to show you some amazing quality of life improvement settings that you can change on your Samsung Galaxy phone that'll make using your phone a little bit better. So let's start off with the very first one, and that is to make your phone faster. And when I say make it faster, what I'm referring to is the animations on your phone. So every time you open up and close any of your applications, you have your animation where it pops up on the screen and then goes away when you close that application. And we're going to speed this up, and what it's going to do is make navigating around your phone just a little bit faster and make your phone feel more snappy. So we're going to go into our phone settings, we're going to scroll down to about phone, then we're going to go to software information, and right there where you see your build number, go ahead and tap on this until it prompts you for your PIN or password. Enter it, and then once you do that, if you go back to your main settings page, down here at the bottom you'll see a new option that says developer options. So we're going to tap on that, and then in here we're going to hit on this little search icon, and we're going to look for animator duration scale. And there we go. Right here you'll see you have window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. They're all set to 1x. We're going to tap into them and change all three of these to 0.5x. And what this is going to do is double the speed of those animations that I was showing you. So now when you start opening and closing applications, you can see that they open and close twice as fast. Now you can take this a step further by disabling animations entirely. So if you go back into your phone settings, hit on the search, and then just type animation. Right there, you'll see reduce animations. Now, if you enable this, it's going to completely remove those animations. So you can see now those applications kind of just pop on and off of your screen. All right, the next quality of life improvement we're going to make is to make the call pop-up window a little bit smaller, because right now when you get a phone call, it completely takes over your whole entire screen. So if you're playing a game or you're reading something, this can be really distracting. So we're going to make this a little bit less distracting, and what we're going to do is go into our phone settings. We're going to tap on our phone icon right there. We're going to hit these three dots, go to settings, and then we're going to scroll down until we see call display while using apps is set to full screen, but we can set it to small pop-up or mini pop-up. So I'm going to set it to mini pop-up, and then make sure that you enable the setting right here that says keep calls in pop-up, so that when you answer the phone call, it stays in that mini pop-up. And now watch what happens when I give myself a call. You can see we get that small pop-up right here, and it doesn't completely take us away from what we were doing. So again, if we're playing a game or we're reading something, it doesn't completely take over our screen. And even if we answer the phone call, it will stay in that little pop-up right there, and we can continue to use our phone. Definitely a pretty cool feature. Alright guys, this next setting is something that I always change on all of my Galaxy devices. I absolutely think this is an amazing feature, but for some reason Samsung made it a little bit harder to find this. They buried it a little bit in the settings, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If we go into our phone settings and then we go to notifications, we're going to go to advanced settings, and down at the bottom you'll see something called manage notification categories for each app. Now when we enable this, what we can do now is manage notifications by categories. So what you can do is just long press on any application. You're going to go to this little icon up here. We're going to tap on notifications, and now at the bottom we'll have this new option that says notification categories, and we're going to tap onto this, and you can see we have all of these different categories, and there's a whole bunch of them. So now what you can do is go through all of these categories and only enable the ones that you actually want to be alerted about, which is absolutely amazing. This makes it so that you're not getting constantly alerted about things you don't care about, but only get notified when you do care about something. And you can do this for any application. You can do this for YouTube, for Facebook, for any application on your phone. This will work, and it is an absolutely amazing quality of life improvement. I highly suggest you guys go ahead and set this up for yourselves. Now, if you've ever been reading a long article, or maybe you're looking at a photo, one thing that you might have run into is that you'll notice that your screen after a certain amount of time will dim and get ready to be locked. But if you're reading a long article or a blog post, you don't want to have to keep tapping on your screen to keep it awake every couple of seconds. So there's a setting in here that you can change to fix that for good. So what we're going to do is go into our phone settings. We're going to go to display, and then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see an option called screen timeout. Now mine is set to 5 minutes just because I'm filming this video and I don't want my phone to constantly be bugging me. But ideally you want to keep this at 15 or 30 seconds so that if you're not interacting with your phone, it'll lock. But again, you don't want your phone to constantly be locking on you. Like you see right there, it's dimming, and now it's going to lock if I don't tap on it. So I actually have to tap it to wake it up. So what you can do is enable this feature right there that says keep screen on while viewing, and it will use your front facing camera to see that you are actually looking and interacting with the screen, and it will keep it on as long as you're looking at the screen. So if you're reading a long article or looking at a photo, it will no longer dim and lock on you as long as you're looking at the phone. And only when you put your phone down, it will start this countdown and then lock your phone just like this. Alright guys, now with One UI 6.1, Samsung brought a really awesome feature to the Galaxy phones that will make it much better to hear people or for people to hear you when you're having a phone conversation, especially if you're in a loud environment. Maybe there's construction going on in the background, or maybe you got kids running around. This feature will make it so that your phone will focus on the voice and drown out all of that background noise. And to enable it, what you got to do is when you're on a phone call, you can swipe down twice like this, and right up here you'll see mic mode. By default, it's set to standard, but you're going to want to go ahead and select voice focus. And now what it's going to do is recognize all of that background noise, bring those volumes down, and focus only on your voice, making those phone conversations much more pleasant. And what's nice about this is this setting will persist. So if you hang up on this phone call and you call somebody else in the future, or somebody calls you, this setting will stay on voice focus. So you don't need to come in here every single time and change it to voice focus. It will just stay on voice focus until you change it again. Definitely a really great feature as well. Now this next feature is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated Samsung Galaxy features available to all Galaxy devices. I just don't think a lot of people use this, even though they know that it exists, but it is creating routines. So if you go into your phone settings, you'll go to modes and routines and then tap on this routines tab. You can create a whole bunch of routines in here. Now you can see I have two right now. One is battery level, and what it will do is every time my phone hits 30% battery life, it will automatically turn on power saving mode and beep my phone just to notify me that, hey, your battery is starting to run a little bit low. And this is just really nice because I don't have to worry about switching my phone into power saving mode myself. I'll just have it switch into that mode at 30% and save me as much battery as possible until I can get to a charger. So what I'm going to do is show you how to create another routine. So we're going to hit this little plus icon right here. In the if section, we're going to tap onto here and we're going to search for Wi-Fi, and we're going to select Wi-Fi network. We're going to make sure it's selected to on, and then we're going to just add our Wi-Fi network right there. So search for your Wi-Fi SSID, add it, and then hit done. And then we're going to go to the then section and we're going to search for unlocked. So what we want to do is keep your phone unlocked. We're gonna hit OK. And now what's going to happen is every time we come home and our phone connects to our home Wi-Fi network, it will keep our phone unlocked while you're at home. And then when you leave, obviously this routine will end and your phone will start locking again. So now what we can do is hit save. We can give this routine a name. So let's just call it home. Tap done. And then we're gonna hit done again. And we're gonna verify that this is us creating this routine, and there you go. You can see this is already running because I am connected to my Wi-Fi at home. And if I lock my phone, you can see that when I try to unlock it, I'm gonna swipe up. It doesn't ask me for a PIN or Face ID or my fingerprint or anything. It just immediately unlocks. If you guys are anything like me, you've definitely accidentally swiped notifications away by accident. So maybe you're in your notification panel, you're maybe reading something or holding your phone, and you accidentally swiped a notification away and you just didn't get to see what that notification was. Well, there's a setting on your Galaxy phone called notification history that you can enable, and it is the only way that you can go back and see those missed notifications. But this feature is disabled by default. So what we're gonna do is go into our phone's settings. We're gonna go to notification, advanced settings, and then right there you'll see notification history, and you can see all of my notifications are showing up right here. I can go pretty far back and check all of these notifications that came in, but again, this is disabled by default, so you need to go ahead and enable it. Alright guys, now this next quality of life improvement has to do with accessing our phone quicker and easier. So by default, if we go to our always on display, you can see that we do not have our fingerprint scanner right there. So if we put our finger, we can't actually unlock our phone. We need to go to our lock screen, and now you can see we have that scanner right there and we can unlock our phone. But I'm going to show you a way to put that fingerprint scanner right on your always on display so that you can immediately unlock your phone without actually having to wake it up. So to do this, we're going to go into our phone settings. We're going to go down to security and privacy. We're going to tap biometrics. We're going to go to fingerprint, put in your PIN or password, and we're going to enable this feature that says fingerprint always on. And now I'm going to show you when we go to our always on display, we have our fingerprint scanner right there. We can just scan our finger right from that always on display, and it's going to unlock our phone. Definitely a really nice feature you guys should enable just to make it a lot easier and quicker to access your phone. Alright guys, now for these last two features, what we're going to do is improve the video quality and audio quality of our phone. So if you like to consume a lot of media, you watch a lot of videos or shows or watch podcasts, this is definitely going to be really useful because it's going to make that experience much nicer. So first, we're going to go into our phone settings. We're going to scroll down to advanced features, and then down towards the bottom, you'll see something called video brightness. We're going to set this to bright. white. And what it's going to do is temporarily increase the screen brightness and make colors more vibrant when watching videos. And you'll see a list of compatible applications down here, and you can go ahead and enable this for any application. So if you like to watch YouTube videos, Netflix, TikToks, Twitch streams, what this will do is every time you launch these applications, it will brighten up your screen and make the colors more vibrant, making it for a much nicer viewing experience. And then when you exit these apps, it will revert back to normal. And now, of course, with better video, we also want better audio. So we're gonna go back into our phone's settings, and we're gonna go to sound and vibrations right there. And we're gonna go down to sound quality and effects, and we're gonna enable Dolby Atmos and Dolby Atmos for gaming. So now when we're watching videos or we're playing games, is going to give us the best audio quality out of the speakers on our phone. And you can of course tap into here and set this to exactly which mode you want. So if you're watching movies and you want the best movie audio, you can set it to movies. If you're listening to music, or you're listening to maybe a podcast and you want the voices to maybe sound a little bit crispier and louder just to make it easier to hear, you can set that up right there. Or of course, just set it to auto and let the phone do the work for you. But there you go, guys. That's gonna do it for these quality of life improvements that you should make to your Galaxy phone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for future videos to come, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.